Hey everybody, welcome back to Podcast and Such, where we are watching the last 3 episodes of Mob Psycho 100 Season 2. I'm Jay.
And I'm Luke.
Today we are discussing episodes 11, 12, and 13, Guidance Psychic Sensor, the Battle for Social Rehabilitation, Friendship, and Boss Fight, the Final Light.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It is. So let's go ahead and get like the largest chunk I say of the runtime of these last 3 episodes, which is clearly Tsubomi and everything that she does in these climactic moments.
Yeah, she did look at that broccoli and say, wow, that is a vegetable.
And she took a picture.
Yeah, man, everybody was taking pictures. Yeah.
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 And that's literally all she did for an hour and a half of episodes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not called Tsubomi Psycho 100.
I know. There's a part we'll get to.
Okay,
where I was just like, well, why'd we have to talk about that?
I think I know what you're talking about. But
I had a moment of incredible shock just because I was forced back into reality where I was like, wait, Tsubomi is a character in this anime.
Oh, by the way, the final trailer dropped this week.
Uh-huh.
They gave away so much.
Really? So
in my opinion,
I don't need to watch it.
Do not watch it. No, I don't recommend most people watch it. I saw somebody on Instagram kind of trying to argue that it's all like out of context or whatever, and therefore isn't very much of a spoiler. But I don't know. It was a lot of shocking stuff. I don't think I would have wanted to see that before reading the manga.
Yeah, I mean, because it's not just about whether or not like you know the plot thread when you see the trailer. It's about the effect it has like when you enter the movie.
Yes,
I guess, it and it can depend. Like I found out a friend of mine went to see Don't Worry Darling. And did you see the trailer for that all over the place?
I saw the trailer for that all over the place, and I watched an entire review of it actually. So I know all the
Okay,
spoilers
good.
now because
Okay, cool.
I don't really care.
Yeah, so that slight spoiler warning, I guess. It's in the trailer. That scene where she confronts they're having like dinner with this other couple.
Yeah, that long extended trailer thing, that clip that kept being shared around. You'd see it before YouTube videos. Yeah.
Yeah, where she was like
kind of meet him in Boston.
Kind of figuring out that they had the same backstory for how they met their partners or whatever. Apparently that is like right at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I know it is like a third act thing. It's always strange to put like third act things, because like let me just say the majority of this final trailer is all final arc stuff.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Because like the first trailer, I was like, yeah, it's giving away like 1 or 2 things that I may have not wanted to give away, but for the most part, I was like, yeah, this is all not very shocking imagery. And also, there's 2 like the one thing I will give them, they have not spoiled any of the jokes of the season.
Sure, which is great.
Like, yeah, this is very good that they haven't spoiled anything that's like really funny about the season.
Too many spoilers.
Too many spoilers.
Any spoilers? Like why?
Yeah, so many. Yeah, well, but let me just say, as a manga fan, that trailer has made me so hype for the season.
Yeah.
I am so excited. I think it's a really well put together and edited trailer as a manga fan.
Sure.
It's for me.
As like someone who knows the story, and so this is mostly just like here's a tease at how we're going to be animating this story you already know.
Yes, yeah. So I'm excited for it in that way.
Yeah.
So so these 3 final episodes of the season.
Yes.
Yeah.
It went a little hard, a little ham, you know?
Little
A little
Ham, yeah. Mob really went ham truly did go Mob Psycho 100.
he sure did. I was surprised at let's get this out of the way at the beginning. I was kind of surprised at the absence of mystery percent.
Yeah, you know what? Mystery Percent has not been involved in either of the finales of these
Yeah.
seasons. It's always shown up in the middle.
Yeah. So it's kind of strange. It's like I'm expecting that to be sort of pivotal, at least towards the end, maybe.
Mm,
You know? Like I imagine there's some sort of strange lore reason why Mob
right,
is
yeah, yeah.
so very, very, very powerful. And it
Yeah,
has
yeah.
to do with all those guys that were at the beginning of the show.
Oh, that sequence at the very beginning of the show?
Yeah, yeah.
So that sequence was actually kind of supposed to be portraying that Mogami fight, I believe.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be that the representation of him fighting a bunch of spirits, but I might be wrong. I need to relook at that. But
Okay. So they foreshadowed that essentially, or?
yeah, they essentially they wanted so that sequence is not in the manga.
Mhm.
Uh, and they wanted something really eye catching at the beginning of the series to kind of hook people because it's very Ma doesn't do a lot in those episodes, or well, at least in that first mission, he just kind of shows up and says, "Oh, the spirit's gone. Bye,
Okay.
Master Reagan." But then, well, and then that's why they did the motorcycle story too, so that he would have something to do.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so that was confusing to me because obviously you couldn't tell me what it was at the beginning.
Yeah, I couldn't. So,
And so
yeah,
when
and I meant
we
to bring it up during Mogami, but I forgot.
okay,
Yeah.
I saw that. My thought, so maybe this is entirely wrong. I've been operating under the assumption that like there was some sort of like avatar crap going on here. Like
Oh, like, in what way? Like it's been passed down or something, or what?
yeah, that there are like entities within Mob.
I see, I see, I see.
That's what that opening implied to me.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So like that you were thinking that was some kind of like representational of
Yeah.
Mob's inner world, and that it was the unknown percentage fighting all these things
Yeah,
within him.
for some reason I thought it was maybe even like the million faces of uh the unknown percent within him or something.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's an interesting interpretation of that.
Yeah, that's sort of what I thought was
Huh.
happening.
Huh. Huh.
I just wasn't to do with that, and I wasn't sure like I still don't know what the unknown percent is. I guess like I suppose it's just his powers out of control.
Mm.
Now that I know there's no entities involved.
I mean, that doesn't mean there's no entities involved just because that wasn't the representation of it.
That's fair, yeah. I mean, we could go any direction, I guess,
Yeah, yeah.
but that's so interesting to I thought there was like a mystery of the unknown percent that we were gonna
I mean, I think there still is, though. I would say,
sure, okay.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
it's just different than I thought it would be, I guess.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's the fun of mysteries, right?
Sure.
Yeah, being different than you thought it would be.
Right. But we still had, we still had All Might versus, you know, um, All for
All for
One.
one.
Yeah, basically, it's going on here.
Oh yeah. It was a lot like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was interesting because of the like similarity of power thing.
Yeah.
Even though it's not entirely clear that Shigeo's power actually does work, like Claws
To
does. Claw is his
to
name. The
to
boss.
Toichiro.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say the
Okay,
boss.
Suzuki or Boss, that's fine, either
Yeah,
one.
the
Boss.
boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the boss. Because that sounds cooler.
Yeah, that's fine, that's what the subtitles want.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So obviously he basically had this like storage power where he could, but I guess like they did highlight the similarity of the fact that Mob can hand that power to someone for.
Yes, he can transfer his powers, 'cause we
Yeah.
saw that all the way back in, season 1 with Reagan.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right, but we didn't know if that was like a freak accident or something, you know. It
Well,
kind of
it's just
was a freak
it is
accident, but
within his skill set,
sure.
and yeah, yeah.
But here's another thing, Jay. We talked about this last time, okay? They haven't really super defined people's skill sets thus far.
You got me there.
So it's like I didn't know that was supposed to be weird.
Okay. Well, yeah.
Like
That's true, I'll
like
give you that.
obviously the Reagan situation was weird.
Mhm.
Like that was obviously like very special. Um
Yeah.
but I wasn't because it another thing is because it was so weird, so special, so different, so random manifestation of what I had assumed were entities within Mob at the time. um
Yeah.
I didn't take that moment and go, "Oh, so Mob has the power to transfer his
His
powers to other
powers.
people."
I see, that okay, yeah, that
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh, this is something only unlocked by this emotion of gratitude."
Yeah, I didn't know if it was something in his toolkit. I didn't
Mm.
take it that way. I took it as it was just a strange circumstance.
Okay, you know what, I can see that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was interesting to sort of bring in this idea that these two like infinite power reserves almost.
Yeah, they're both kind of the strongest of the strong in their world, at least at the moment or whatever,
Right.
facing up against each other.
But that was weird because like I guess a thought I had and maybe I'm just getting too in the weeds with ideas of power, you know.
Okay.
But like what I thought was perhaps the upper hand that Mob has is that whatever strange energy resides within him is infinite, whereas a boss had just stored up a massive amount of finite energy.
But like it kind of doesn't matter how much the boss was storing, because his body couldn't handle it.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that was just a thought I had.
Oh, okay.
Even though when he did do 100% output, like yeah, it was like destroying him.
Yeah. Okay, but
Um,
you're like, maybe mobs even more than that.
yeah, I'm saying it's the difference between the infinite and the finite. You
Okay.
know, even if it's a
Mm-hmm.
massive amount of finite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Huh. Oh boy.
Yeah, so those were some of my thoughts anyway.
Nice. Let's see.
There's a lot of stuff in here, so it's
There's a
just
lot
like
of stuff. Well, we can kind of go. I'm gonna go subject by subject rather than try and piece this all together chronologically. Maybe
right,
I might
yeah,
go more chronological as we get towards the end, I guess. I don't know.
sure, but
How about
it's
yeah,
finale time.
it is
It's
finale time. Well, man, how about like one of my favorite fights of this series so far has been that Shimazaki fight.
the teleporting guy.
Yeah, him
Yeah,
teleporting
that
all over the place and that POV shot with the gun, and, "Oh, are you gonna shoot me? Nope." And,
that was pretty cool. Yeah,
And then we had Shimazaki's special move, slamming guys' heads into cars.
Yeah.
That was his go-to.
He did like that.
Yeah, he
And
did that with Ritsu, he did that with Teru, I'm pretty sure he did that with, like, Sakurai and
I did
several
like
others.
I did like a lot of like Teru's kind of cool moments in that fight.
Yeah, he got to be really cool this couple episodes here, him in his, tracksuit.
Yeah, he got to be very Naruto-esque, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Got to do some heroing, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta, figure out the whole, you can kinda overwhelm Shimazaki because he has to predict what you're doing to defend himself.
Right.
Uh, yeah.
It was a little anticlimactic to me anyway,
Uh-huh.
to discover that the power was you just had to distract him.
Well, I mean, I overwhelm him, and because
Well, there was some moments where he wasn't overwhelmed, like, he was focusing on talking to Teru at one point, and then
yeah.
Ritsu sent a, shock at him, and he was just blindsided because he wasn't paying attention.
Okay, yeah, yeah, you're I can see that, but I mean, I don't know, you
Uh,
were complaining about him being OP last week, and
yeah,
now he's
yeah,
not
right,
as
right.
OP.
Right, he's not, which is cool, like, I like
Yeah.
that there was a weakness, but it was just, like,
Mhm.
it was a little, it was presented maybe a little cooler than I felt it actually was.
Oh, okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Not as
Not
cool as
not
you wanted it to be.
not a huge complaint,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but it certainly it felt like he was coming at him explaining how he had discovered his weakness like he was like Light Yagami, or
Oh,
something or L whatever, like he had
one of those
masterfully
guys.
deduced, this complicated thing, and it's just like
Mhm.
fact him, he can't predict your move.
Well, he did get to have his nice Light Yagami moment of,
Sure.
because you predict people's moves, your movements are, like, really basic or whatever.
Yeah, that was cool. I
Yeah, I like
liked
that. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
liked that.
yeah.
Taylor got some good stuff in there for sure, but
He did, yeah, yeah.
it was kind of funny to me, is all
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying.
yeah, yeah. I
Like
get you. Yeah.
they could have just defeated him by introducing him to TikTok and destroying his attention span.
Well, yeah, I get, Well, he's blind, I don't think he can watch TikTok.
Oh, you know what? I forgot all about that.
Yeah, so he's blind, which is why Reagan was able to
100%.
defeat him by being an Orby.
Gotcha. Okay, so see, I didn't even like realize that part.
Okay, I didn't bring it up last episode, they did say it. He
Yeah.
said it himself, he said, "Even though I can't see, I can do this, this, and this," or whatever.
Okay.
So yeah, he is blind,
I guess that just didn't like register as the most important thing that was going on.
yeah, yeah. Though I guess he could listen to TikTok, but, whatever.
Right, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Hear the robo voices narrate things.
sure. Okay. So
Yeah.
he is impervious to TikTok, which is probably good for him.
Oh, no, I guess listening to micro videos, I don't know, could that ruin your attention span? No, no, that works.
I don't know. I guess it would depend. Yeah, I mean, you could probably get addicted to like the constant switch up of chatter.
Yeah, yeah. So no one is safe from TikTok.
No one is safe from TikTok. That is true. True based. Very based.
But yeah, I love that moment of him stripping back all his senses on everything else and focusing only on espers, only for Reagan to show up with, like, what it was quite possibly my favorite special move,
That
self-defense rush,
that was a great special move.
where you shout self-defense just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
Reagan had some good moments in this.
Yeah, he did, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly, yeah, him showing out there, and then, later his whole I've failed you as a master thing because I forgot I was a normie for a bit because all this shonen stuff's going on. So
Yeah,
I'll let
yeah.
you go in there alone. So I
Right.
brought a gun. I'm gonna shoot this guy.
Yeah, that wasn't the smartest idea.
I mean, he's not thinking straight. All this is too shonen for him.
Yeah.
He just knows he sent a teenager to go die.
Which is, listen, the teenager is basically a nuclear weapon, you know.
Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to remember how much of like Mob's power Reagan's really seen, but
That's true. Yeah.
I think this is probably the most he's seen of Mob's abilities. But still, I mean, and
Yeah.
Toichiro was also super super powerful. If he had not gone 100% himself, he maybe would have won.
Right, right. Yeah. I don't know. That was pretty crazy. And I'm not sure how I feel about how everything kind of sort of went thematically, I guess, in that fight.
Okay, yeah.
You know, like I'm not sure if he proved to Ichiro uh, that you need friends or whatever.
I think that
Because
in that
ultimately he
last
just did crazy psychic stuff.
well, I think in that last moment of him deciding to stay with him despite the fact that he was gonna die.
Yeah, even
I
though he
think
didn't die.
and that, like, reminded him of, like, his wife and stuff or whatever,
Yeah,
and, that.
he didn't die though. That kind of cheapened it.
Well, I mean, well, like, when he thought he was gonna I mean,
Yeah,
he thought he was
but
gonna die.
but that's how it always happens with anime. Like if you're aware you're in an anime, you should just go into any near death situation. But yeah, if you're aware you're in an anime, you should just enter into any near death situation that's kind of like a sign of friendship because just by virtue of you being a friend, you'll survive.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you that this is not an anime where a lot of people die.
He's just being a friend.
Yeah. I don't know, I liked it. I liked him deciding to sit with his enemy, that's nice, that's great.
It was I do like that. I think that's interesting. I don't know. There's I get a lot of conflicting feelings when like animes start to try and like present to me a worldview of like basically they kind of wax philosophical for a couple minutes about like be nice to everybody.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I just go like
Well, I
okay,
mean
okay, all right,
I
whatever.
mean, well, well, and Mob did a lot of not being nice to him for a while there.
That was interesting. Yeah, I kind of liked that with the
Mogami showing up there, and
Mogami. Yeah,
yeah,
Mogami
yeah,
showed up and told him sometimes you got to be a little tough with people.
yeah, yeah. And so
It's just like,
Mob
well,
got to
yeah,
be tough with Toichiro here. He
yeah. He was
twisted
very
him up
tough.
like a pretzel.
That freaked me out.
Yeah, that was
That was weird.
oof. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, that was they didn't show all the names of the explosions on screen. Because he goes through several different emotions in that fight.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
catch any of them. Okay. The
okay,
only,
yeah. I'll
literally the first one. What was rage?
rage.
I assumed that was the whole thing.
No, no, no. He was flipping through different emotions throughout this whole thing. I'm gonna send them to you.
Oh my god! Why
I
don't
went
they make
to.
this more evident? You know?
I don't know. Well, and like I said, well, yeah, Bones don't put it up, but Well, they animated him differently throughout, in my opinion, but maybe that's yeah.
It's hard to tell,
Yeah, yeah,
honestly.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It's very subtle.
It is subtle, yeah.
Because
Okay.
because, like, I feel like some of the style of the show in general is that it's a little inconsistent.
Especially this season,
Yeah.
I would say is a little less consistent than say last season.
So it's not insane to me, especially when he goes into Super Saiyan Mob.
Mhm.
Uh, Sometimes it feels like Super Saiyan Mob is not super consistent how he looks.
Okay, I'm gonna send you these, like, maybe a few at a time. Let's see if this will let me send it all.
Yeah, hit me up. I'll go look at my favorite picture, which is
Look at
look at
this
this
sad boy.
sad boy.
Oh, I think I still haven't looked up where that was from, but I'm thinking it's from the LOL cult, and they're, like, describing, "Oh, look at this sad soury man, and look at this sad boy," you
Oh,
know?
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Or
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. But for whatever reason, I always when I see that panel, I always read it in Reagan's voice. I'm like, "Hey, clients,
That
look
would
at
be
this
funny.
sad boy."
So why is one ecstasy?
Yeah, so XC was the one where he was all, like, laughing, and he was all, "Hey, having a having a good time here, right?" Or,
Oh, right. Yeah, you're enjoying this
"Yeah, you're
too.
you're you're enjoying this too." Yeah, 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 so
Yeah,
that's that one. And so right
there's
afterwards
such
is
a there's such a stark difference between the pages of this comic and the beauty that is Studio Bones' animation abilities.
well, Luke, greatness recognizes greatness, and you just don't recognize it here.
But
So,
yes,
yeah, so
okay.
we got
Yeah.
100% shame here, and then, 100% compassion, uh, and is this lesson? Sadness. Yeah, because he doesn't wanna hurt
100%
him.
sadness.
Yeah. Send you a few more now. Let's see, because he goes through a lot of emotions here.
Huh.
And last one. Okay. Okay, yeah, here so the rest are, resignation when he decides, "You know what? I'm done talking to this guy. I'm gonna twist him up like a pretzel." Uh,
Uh-huh.
and then, 100% courage. Uh, that's when he was, like, knocked underwater and all that, but he still decides to fight him. And then in the end, 100% kindness.
100% kindness just makes
Yeah.
me look at this sad boy.
Look at this sad boy.
He looks like a sad boy.
He really does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this sad boy.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I I loved that scene, the I give up scene, because that was like freaking me out. It's just like,
Oh, yeah. It's
well,
something.
it was such a good fake out because I was like, oh wow, he's okay. I can't beat him.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
he's like, "No, I give up on trying to change your mind. I'm gonna fight you even harder now."
I'm gonna destroy you. That
Yeah.
was rough. That was
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. Yeah.
That reminds
It's
me
good
of
stuff, man.
what's car seat headrest? That song where he's like, I give up.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's, Ballad of,
Yeah, yeah, Ballad of Costa Concordia. Is that it? I think it's funny because if that is
Costa what the Costa, let's see. Yeah, you're right, Costa Concordia. Yeah, Costa.
Costa Costa Concordia, that's so funny because Atrioc reacted to a video about the sinking of that ship.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Huh.
back in the day, that was one of
Oh.
his earlier videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a ballad to a sinking ship.
Oh, okay. Oh, I
Right,
see.
right. Yeah,
I see.
get you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good stuff.
yeah. So
Yeah.
okay, so he goes through several emotional states. I
Yeah,
wish.
yeah, he's kind of exploding all over the place. I don't know why Bones didn't put up cards, but like I was listening to another channel like discussing this, Jenny Aber. If any of y'all want to look her up, I'll post her, but I'll
Oh,
put her in the
we don't want to
links.
lose. We don't want to lose all of our fans to her.
Well, here's the thing. She's all about the manga spoilers, so she's more for manga fans. I will be putting that caveat in the description as well.
Yeah, but like, what if she takes our fan?
Yeah, what if she takes our only fan? We got a comment on one of our videos today, but it was spam.
What? Oh, it was spam.
It was
That's
spam.
unfortunate. Oh
And I
man.
was like, well, I'll leave it on there to push it in the in the algorithm. Not that I'm doing anything outside of YouTube to actually push us anywhere. But
Oh man. Once we get pushing in that algorithm, baby.
yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about with that fight or whatever? Or anything
Um,
specific? Uh
I mean, it was very cool, obviously.
oh yeah, very well animated and buildings flying everywhere. I like the buildings all coming together as a ball.
Hmm.
Um
Yes,
Pirate
they did rely a lot on like throwing stuff, you know.
yeah, that's just Mob Psycho 100 fights.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
Yeah,
like
throwing
I'm
things.
I'm gonna lift things with my mind and throw them at you,
Yeah.
just on a much larger scale.
Yeah, this time it was with big things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was pretty interesting. Um,
Mhm.
Again, yeah, some of the theming was interesting. I felt like they could have done like more of a spirit bomb thing, to
Oh, everybody, like, believing in Mob or
yeah,
something?
it wasn't really clear to me that Mob won via the power of friendship.
Oh, I mean, so, I mean, he won because Toichiro overloaded himself.
Right.
Because, he's reliant only on himself, and therefore he's gonna, uh, output 100%.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
yeah,
Whereas
so,
whereas Mob doesn't have to output 100% because his friends helped him in that fight. Oh wait, no, they didn't.
well, it's it's not I don't know. Uh, man, I'm gonna sound stupid here. No, no. Uh, um, yeah, what to say here? I mean, it's just that, Mob decided in the end there that, yeah, you know what, I don't wanna die or whatever, I'm gonna try and redirect this power or whatever,
Mhm.
uh, into the broccoli, of course, but,
Into the broccoli. We'll get to
that
the broccoli.
Reagan gave him, and therefore that was help from his friends.
Oh, okay. So like that's the same as like God stopping a bullet when you've got a Bible in your pocket.
Yeah, man, we already did that in season 2, episode 2. Thematically consistent. Yeah,
Ah.
if Reagan were a better employer, the world would be right.
Yeah, that's insane that they tried to do the whole like, oh man, that shot would have killed you if it weren't for the broccoli in your pocket.
I mean, I don't know if Mom would have been able to redirect it somewhere else or something, but he did redirect it into the broccoli. That's what happened.
That that is what happened. And I
Yeah.
do love that. I love that that's been in the well, I don't know.
It was in
It's
the
kind of
first
just
OP.
that's been in the OP, yeah. Wait, yeah, it was only in the first one, not this season,
Yeah, it's only in the first
right?
one, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So they were doing a callback. I feel better about that.
Well, no, no, no. Well, this part had happened in the manga by the time it came out.
Oh, so they were spoiling.
Yeah, they were spoiling it.
Oh man, they need to get their stuff together.
Well, I don't think. Well, they're less spoiling it, more foreshadowing it. Because like, what was even seeing a piece of broccoli in an OP of an anime even mean? You know?
Right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, sure. I had taken it as stuff like a callback, I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, of course that happened in the manga. But
First, yeah, and
I guess the the broccoli in the anime is probably better drawn. So that's nice.
do I have a picture of the broccoli from the manga? I do not
Nah.
have a picture of the broccoli from the manga. I'm
Ah,
sorry.
unfortunate.
Not readily available unless I wanna, like, scroll through some stuff, but no.
Yeah.
But,
That's
yeah, I mean,
that's unfortunate, yeah.
I will destroy, um, greatness recognizes greatness. Uh,
There you go.
yeah. Yeah, so I guess to go backwards a little bit,
Mhm.
I guess we could talk about, like, Sho and Ritsu throughout this.
Yeah, that was incredibly anticlimactic.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Sho didn't do anything.
I mean, he tried to fight his dad, and then he couldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what a loser.
He's just not as strong as he thought he was, you know?
Yeah, I was ready
He's
for Sho
13,
to.
he's overconfident.
Well, so is Mob.
Oh, he's 13, he's overconfident is what I was saying, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
saying Mob is also 13 and can back it up.
Well, and the thing is, it's interesting that last season he kinda got to, subvert, he got to be the one who punched out the big bad, you know, he
Mhm,
got to punch out Ishiguro back as the Claw 7th Division last
mhm,
season, you
right,
know, rather than that being either Mob or Reagan defeating them, so, you know, he's
mhm,
like, "Alright, I'm on a hot streak here. I am an anime protagonist, I can do this."
right.
Then he couldn't,
Yeah, that was wild.
yeah, yeah.
But, yeah, unfortunately, Sho did not show up, you know? He did not, he did not
Yeah.
get to have a cool anime fight, you know?
Yeah, well, you know, he tried his best, he got his face beaten,
Yeah,
you know, he got all his character parallels with Ritsu, you know?
yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Is the whole, you know, you're afraid of your dad like my brother's afraid of you.
Mhm,
Or no, wait, sorry, afraid of me.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, parallels.
Yeah.
Great, great, great
I love
stuff.
parallels. I love parallels. It's like, sorry, I'm so sorry for burning your house down. Yeah,
Yeah,
man, you're really going through it.
that was, also interesting because, like, I guess the scale when you're in the dramatic moment of the fight
Mhm.
is supposed to be leading me, I think, the viewer, to believe that, like, Salt or whatever what is it called? Salt City? Seasoning
Seasoning.
City?
Yeah.
Seasoning City is just, like, destroyed, demolished,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know? But, like, after the fight, like, everything's still there. All the important stuff is surprisingly unharmed.
Well, now think about it. That broccoli is huge,
Right. So, yeah,
and
a
that
huge
was at the
portion of the
epicenter
city.
of the fight.
Mhm.
So a lot of the buildings and stuff that were probably destroyed are probably in the radius of the broccoli.
For sure. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that a huge portion not destroyed, but in the
Uh-huh.
midst of the fight, it felt more like the entire city was being destroyed. And then
Oh, okay.
after the fight was over, they're like, "Oh, conveniently, um, only the radius of this broccoli got destroyed. Everything within the radius of that, and conveniently, everyone important and every uh, setting that is important was not within the radius of that broccoli."
I mean, I did. Bob lives in the suburbs or whatever. I mean, I don't know what to tell you here, man. But also they stopped a lot of the guys who were uh, breaking things,
Sure,
Toichiro
sure.
was considering starting over with this whole world domination plan. He was like, "Well, I guess I gotta get more soldiers and stuff." So they put a
Yeah.
big old dent in those guys. So I mean,
Yeah, I'm not saying that a bunch of stuff wasn't wrecked and it well, it's not going to be significant. Like it's not we're not entering like an Avengers scenario where they deal with the fallout of the New York incident for movies, Obviously, season 3 of Mob Psycho 100 is it's not going to be about the reconstruction that Seasoning City had to go through.
right, yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
It was just funny to me because like it felt in the fight
Oh,
like
okay, like, it was, like, really,
Seasoning
really
City was like
devastating.
completely destroyed. Like
Oh, okay.
even if they just walked that back, you know, I get it because it's anime.
Yeah.
But it was kind of weird to have that like I don't know, usually a lot of anime that I've seen anyway. I haven't seen a lot of anime. So,
Yeah.
but like I've seen some anime do a decent job of just like putting their fights somewhere where people can conveniently not be hurt.
Well, yeah, like,
That sort of thing.
the grassy fields of Dragon Ball Z
Yeah, yeah. Just
in the mountains.
if you want to fight in Dragon Ball Z, you go to some other planet or some other, some grassy field or
Yeah,
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 mountainous
yeah,
area. Yeah.
yeah. No, man, I get you, yeah.
And that happens a lot too with like I feel like that was similar in like Avatar the Last Airbender, right? Their big massive end of world
Yeah, their
fight.
last big fight was, on all those rocks.
Yeah, just out in
I'm
the
not sure where
rocks,
that was, yeah, yeah.
It
I
was
can't remember where
somewhere
that was.
it was somewhere far away from any significant things.
I don't know.
I guess they didn't show us if the all girls school got destroyed.
Yeah,
So
that could be totally
yeah,
gone.
maybe that's gone and we'll never recover.
Yeah, we'll be very sad about that.
Speaking of destruction, it was really funny when Teru got back to his house and had forgotten it got wrecked.
Oh, yeah, I like that last scene a lot of all them, oh, man, I should've gone back to Reagan's. Yeah, like,
Yeah, that's
it's
good.
like, well, there's like, Ritsu, knows the reality here, that his house is totally gone for the next 3 days, and
Mhm.
Reagan's like, "Oh, hey, you can come stay with me, I know it's a small little apartment, but, and
Mhm.
Ritsu's just like, "Oh, gross, I don't wanna stay with Reagan."
Reagan does suck sometimes.
Yeah, Reagan just kinda sucks, so, yeah, Reese is like, "Yeah, I don't wanna stay with him." So they end
Understandable,
up staying with the, Body Improvement Club instead.
which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah. The manga did give us an image of, all of them on futons together on the floor.
Oh, oh, that's funny. Why didn't you
Yeah.
save that one?
Do I have that one? No, I don't. I don't have one.
Man, letting us down on the image thing
Oh,
today. You
I
think
can actually grab it real quick, actually. I've got the chapter up.
nice.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be as cute as you think it's gonna be, but
Well, yeah, it's in the manga, so it's gonna kind of look weird.
greatness recognizes greatness.
99.9, 99.9.
Yeah, man.
They have good
99.9.
they have good theme songs.
They sure
Let me tell
do.
you. All right, let's see this beautiful, beautiful attachment.
Yeah, so it's the right corner one. all of them sleeping on futons together. So as you can see, Mob realized the broccoli thing not at Reagan's office, but during this instead in the
Oh,
manga.
when he's just laying down in his bed
Yeah, when he's just
on the
laying
futon
down
or
in his
whatever.
futon and he's just like thinking back through the events of the day.
Yeah, my bike and
Yeah.
house key. Okay. I do like that it shows the awesome uniform. Yeah,
Yeah. The Gakura.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mob just looks so weird.
Oh, it'll destroy you. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a giant broccoli. Okay.
Yep. Big old broccoli.
Yeah. Is there what else is there? I guess. Do you want to
Oh, to
talk
talk about
about
these episodes? I mean, we got Serizawa.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff, but it's like how much can we hit?
I mean, I'm willing to let this podcast go as long as it needs to go.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Series always was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like he was pretty empathetic as a character.
Yeah. So we find out that he's not only just a shut-in, but also he's been a shut-in for 15 years. He's about so him and Mob and Reagan and the boss all have kind of a lot of parallels going on here.
Hmm.
Uh we got he was around like 12 or so when he decided to go and lock himself away in his room for like ever,
Hmm.
which is not quite when Mob went and saw Reagan, but kind of near there.
Right.
Yeah, Mob was like 11 or so when he decided to go see Reagan the first time because he's like, I got problems and I need to tell anybody about them, please.
I need to tell an adult.
Yeah, basically, and it's like, I can't talk to my parents. They don't have psychic powers. I need to talk to this guy who I think has psychic powers.
Right.
Um, yeah, and so it's 3 years ago prior to canon that the boss went and met with Serizawa for the first time.
Hmm.
So kind of parallels there, but it
Hmm.
was instead of Serizawa reaching out to the boss, it was the boss reaching out to Serizawa here.
Hmm.
And they're kind
Okay.
of a dark distortion of what Mob and Reagan could be like. If Mob decided to stay codependent with Reagan, and if Reagan
Reagan were
decided to be
more
even
evil.
more manipulative.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
Yeah, that was interesting because like I had a lot of empathy, I guess, for the for Serizawa,
mm,
if that's the right one. Because now I'm
yes,
to,
Serizawa. Yeah,
yeah, Serizawa.
guy with the
Umbrella.
beard umbrella. Yeah.
Yeah, the umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I felt like they were kind of, exploring some of this like poor sad dudes will do whatever you ask them to, sort of
Yeah, I
trope.
mean,
Yeah.
he was desperate for any sort of human companionship, and so he's just like, well, I guess I'll go along with whatever.
Right,
Uh,
right.
yeah. And what was it? Oh yeah, he said something along the lines of, I just try not to think about it, with you know, Toichiro trying to take over the world and stuff. I just don't think about it, you know.
Right, right, yeah.
Just bury that down.
Because that's not great.
No.
Taking over the world.
Destroying people's lives, that's
Yeah.
not good. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of cool that they kind of ended that episode with 100% friendship.
Yes. Yeah.
See, in that one it was more clear that Mob won via the power of friendship. You know?
Right, right. Well, I mean, because again, it's not really the power of friendship that won his fight with the boss. It was his kindness, his individual kindness.
Then is it really an anime?
No. Oh boy. But yeah, yeah, so yeah, Suizawa is interesting is and he's joining the gang.
Mhm.
It's gonna be at spirits and such. Oh,
Yeah, what is with their insistence that, characters this is the second character who's been given the, like, normie spiky haircut, you know?
they do make him look like much more of a normie. I feel like he has such a different character design now.
Yeah, it's like, what is their fascination with this? Like, is it it's a one thing, right? Because it's not
Yes.
something that Bones decided on, it's
Yeah, this is the one thing he decided on this haircut for
so
Serizawa.
so does, like does one draw interesting character designs and then realize halfway through that it's too much work to draw interesting character designs and just go like, "What if I gave these dudes all the same haircut?"
I mean, is Serizawa's haircut the same as Teru's? Not really.
Pretty much, yeah, it's just, like,
No, I mean
normal
the
spiky.
Teru's like Teru's fluffy and spiky, and his is more cut down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. I only got to see it for a couple seconds.
Okay. Yeah.
I just realized that it was kinda spiky, and I was just like, "They're doing it again."
So you just see a few spikes and go, "Oh no, it's Teru again. What are
Well,
you doing here?"
it just seems like a really weird thing to do, you know?
Okay. Hmm.
To, I get the idea that, like, sometimes you wanna change up how your characters look a little bit,
Mhm.
but this was like this guy's been around for, like, 5 episodes.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe less, more than I think maybe, like, 4 episodes.
no, I think it was 5.
Okay, 5 episodes. Either way, he's been around for 5 episodes, and it's just like, let's cut off all his hair, and
Yeah.
I get the beard thing. Like, I
Mhm.
guess it's supposed to be symbolic of him not being, like, a shut-in anymore.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's becoming an adult,
Yeah.
and an adult means get a really boring haircut.
Yeah, I don't know if there's some, like, cultural etiquette here of how long you can keep your hair in, like, Japan or something, I don't know.
There's an anime
Well, yeah, but it's
where
set in Japan, like,
yeah,
they're still
but
held by
we're s
some
we're
cultural
we're s
mores
we're
and
still
stuff, you know?
we're still in an anime. Hair doesn't work like that. Have you seen Ritsu's hair? Hair does not
Yeah, and
work like that.
he's not a Japanese businessman. He's in middle school, he's a teen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I don't think youth has anything to do with it. It's like hair doesn't work like that.
Wait, what do you mean hair doesn't work? What?
The anime spiky hair thing.
Oh, I mean, I don't know, that's, like
I'm not saying that's a
Suizawa's
problem. I'm
hair's
saying
not all that spiky.
for an anime. No, I'm not what I'm trying to convey that I don't understand the need to like have it some sort of uniformity with this guy's hair because we're in an anime where you can do weird stuff, you know?
Yeah, I don't know why you made him look like such a
What
normie, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, why make a character design decision towards norminess, you know?
I
That just
don't know.
seems weird unless you're not
Mm.
confident in your drawing ability.
Well, but he drew Serizawa just fine with the afro and the
I
beard.
don't know.
So,
I've never seen it.
yeah, do you want me to send you a picture?
Yeah, show me how it looked in the manga, and then maybe I'll understand why he wanted to norm me it up a little bit, you know?
God. Uh, uh, let's see if I can find. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that is kinda underwhelming.
And, let's see, here's the first panel of him with, the new haircuts.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, in the manga, it feels a little bit more like a cleanup situation, you know?
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
he
cleaning
just
up his hair.
he just looked kinda goofy in the oh, wait, that's everybody.
Oh my god.
Look at Mob's face in that top left panel in the first one you sent me.
Yeah,
What's that? That's so crazy.
greatness recognizes greatness.
So crazy. Anyway, while we were
Ye
waiting on that, I thought about, that scene I wanted to talk about kind of at the beginning, when Mob's, like, absorbing all the energy out of,
mm,
uh out of Boss Man or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
shows him kindness or whatever. And
yeah.
then, like, for some reason decides to make it about, like, wanting to tell Tsubomi he has a
Oh, that's
crush on
right.
her. It's like, what the heck, man? Like, literally,
That's right,
I
that's
just
right,
I
that's
just
right.
spent I just spent nearly 3 episodes just not thinking about Tsubomi at all. Maybe even 5. I don't know when's the last time she came up, but I just completely forgot that she was a part of this plot. And then all of a sudden Mob saying like, "I gotta tell somebody that I like them." It's like, really?
I mean,
This is
she's
still the
important to
motivation
him.
for some reason.
She's she's important to him, okay?
She is a very important lamp. Yes, that is correct. Yeah.
And Mob loves lamps, okay?
Yeah. My God. It's just like it there's not enough there, you know? Like it makes sense.
No, no, I get you on that. I do.
You know, you it's like you have the amount of like in a Kingdom Hearts or something where Kyrie doesn't do a ton, okay?
Mhm,
But they
mhm.
they at least bring her up enough for you to remember, "Oh, yes, this is an important person to our hero Sora."
Yeah,
So,
no, I mean, they bring up Tsubomi enough.
enough? Really? Really? Enough?
I mean, we've talked about her in nearly every single group of episodes of this latter half of the season.
Yeah, and she's just got nothing, man.
But yeah, I get that. I do.
Yeah.
But you're not Mob.
Yeah, I mean, okay, whatever. What, what else do we have here?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Awakening Lab kids, they've decided not to do the Awakening Lab thing anymore. Because they're like, yeah, we kind of don't want a bunch of Esper terrorists running around. That'd be great.
Yeah, that was interesting because I just thought about that, and isn't that weird? Because didn't we find out that the whole inducing ESP abilities didn't actually work?
Yeah.
It didn't actually work. It was just the boss giving his powers to people.
Yeah, so I think it's to be like, yeah, so Mitsura's pursuit of that is in vain. It's not gonna happen.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So the
I
Awakening
guess
Lab is
I
broken
guess
up as
maybe
a lab.
I guess maybe they were just under the impression that it had worked. So those guys in particular. I don't
Yeah, I don't know who all heard that. I think it was just Show who heard that it didn't
know. Okay.
work.
Right, because
So
like
no, yeah,
because their logic for leaving was it's like, hey, we should stop this because awakening powers in people could create more people who do poorly with their powers.
yeah. Um, I mean, yeah, I guess it is mostly that from their end. Yes, I don't know if they're aware. I don't know if Show was like, "Hey, bunch of kids I don't know, by the way,
Yeah.
don't work,
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
don't work." Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What else did Sabomi do this season? Huh.
I mean, just she's mostly in the marathon episode,
Yeah.
and she was there for, when, dimple possessing mob was running around the city for a second there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I miss Emmy.
yeah.
She made more of an impact on me in one episode.
They did give her things to do, I will
Oh man.
agree.
She had so many things to do. She had hopes and dreams.
She did have hopes and dreams, she did, yes.
Yeah. What does
Yeah,
Sabomi wanna be?
we don't know. Not yet, at least.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm up for it if they
Mhm.
wanna season 3 go
Yeah,
hard into the Sabomi lore and
yeah.
make me cherish this character.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not opposed to that. In fact, I'm asking, I'm begging. Unless you're just gonna write her out of next season, give her something to do.
Well, what's gonna happen is what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Mhm. Let's see. I wanted to send you this omake.
Omake.
Yeah, another omake, man. It's fun
Remind me
stuff.
of what omake is. That's the
Oh, it means bonus, and
oh
therefore
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
little bonus comic.
Well, if it means
Uh,
bonus, why don't you just say bonus?
well, that's what the fans refer to all these things as.
What the fans
Omake.
are weebs, they're just using the Japan words.
I mean, but like, who's listening to this podcast but a bunch of weebs? Like, what?
Well, not a bunch of weebs. Apparently, no weebs.
We have 71 views on our first episode
Oh man.
and 69 on our one about the Reagan OV.
Oh, that's funny. That's good.
When I don't know why that one's our most viewed under our first episode. I don't know if
Uh,
like people clicked on it thinking that I had posted the entire episode or something, which is why I made sure to clarify on all of our episodes podcast and discussion.
gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Suzuki show. Well, they spell show different.
They do show. It depends on the translator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to translate a name. Suzuki show. 13 years old.
Yeah.
My punch can send that empty can flying. Mom, look. I bet nobody can beat me in a fight. See? Mom, why are you crying, huh?
Well,
A
first,
dream.
oh, I've noticed. I forget that you need to read it from right to left, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
it's been a while.
Yeah,
Huh?
no, sorry. Well,
Mom, why are you
I
crying?
remember I listened back to one of our podcasts where I had you read a page, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I need home right left.
Yeah, sorry, it's
But
been a
yeah,
while.
so I had misinterpreted this title here as to mean that was show at 13 right there in the
Mhm.
dream, and I was like, oh, another
No.
parallel to Mitsu. He only unlocked his power this year, but no, it's in reference to show having the dream because there's several omage with this naming characters having dreams and it's like so and
Okay,
so age whatever. Yeah.
gotcha. So basically, she was sad that he was all trying to be tough because his dad was.
I think this is show demonstrating psychic powers for the first time.
Oh,
Like
okay.
he's moving that can with his mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, this is probably a tipping point for her leaving.
hmm
Yeah.
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 I love a I love abandoning children.
Yeah, yeah, abandoning. Yeah, it's a whole situation there. She left him with Soichiro.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
a great plan.
not great. I do like that ending scene of like well near the end as Joseph is taking Soichiro away and she was like, yeah, but you do still have to talk to mom at some point. Like you can't
Right,
just
right.
run away and
Moms
be in jail forever.
moms still ask about you, all that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. That was interesting. That was like trying to humanize Terichiro a little, you know, at the end,
Hmm. Yeah,
just kind of
well,
sneak some in. And it was
yeah,
okay, but it's like, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, you know,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Not into it.
It was okay. I mean, it was just like, it's just weird when they try and do that at the end.
Oh, okay.
Like it's like maybe give me some of that previous to the last like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. You want to maybe him to have maybe a more human moment somewhere else a bit.
Yeah, I guess it's hard to balance because like you want him to be the complete monster when they're fighting.
Yeah, yeah.
To have some of that terror about him.
Mhm, mhm.
But then like you're obligated to have the lesson at the end where that guy learns to be less bad because Mob was a nice guy.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So
Yeah, I think we've covered just about everything I would want to
that's
say
season
about these
that's season two,
episodes.
baby.
Yeah, that
That's
is season 2.
what do you think is gonna happen in season three?
Oh man, I could say so many things. Well, first of all, some meta things. First of all,
Okay.
um, so I'm gonna predict. So we don't. I think a Japanese website had posted the title or whatever, but I haven't seen it myself.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna guess that we're gonna go with the usual convention of we're gonna see the first episode, but we're not gonna see the ending theme until the next episode.
Oh, you mean they're gonna have a one of those endings that has
The credits over the
over a
characters
scene.
still talking or whatever. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's how every season has started.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my one like meta thing. There's several omake I hope get animated.
Yeah.
Uh the
Omake.
one about meat, that's the one I wanna see.
Mm,
Everybody wants that one. So that's not a special opinion there.
the one about meat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that one. I don't wanna give away anything about it in case they do animate it because it's really
Okay.
funny. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, any hopes here for season 3?
Yeah, I want Sabomi to do something.
Uh, yeah, 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 yeah,
I am
yeah.
curious, like where to go now because, like,
Yeah, we just had a arc about somebody trying to take over the world.
yeah, it's just like it. I almost feel like they might have. Well, I guess since you've read the manga, but it's just like
Yeah.
it seems like they sprung the world-ending threat story arc too soon. If it's only going to be like 3 seasons.
Oh, yeah, I had a very, very similar feeling, watching the anime for the first time. I was like, "Whoa. Oh, we're not done? Oh, okay."
Yeah, this felt
Yeah.
like for a kind of condensed, tight show. It kind of felt like
Mhm.
I guess like one of the things is that we don't have any unresolved storylines right now.
Right. I guess the only thing is figuring out what the unknown percentage, like, is or whatever.
Yeah, but, like, now that you've discredited my cool theory about entities with inside Mob, it's just like
I mean, I didn't discredit that, I'm just
it just
saying
it
that
just
that's not what that thing was at the beginning of the season.
maybe unknown percent just means he gets a little mad, you know? Maybe he's just like at this
But when he
point.
gets a little mad, that's 100% rage.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
Well,
different.
like, it's just we don't know to the point where it's like maybe on the days that he goes unknown percent, he had a little too much mushu pork, that
Yeah,
was a little over expired, you know, a little
yeah.
like that's how much we know is that we can just speculate that.
Right. I see that, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had some sour milk, you know.
Yeah, you know how it is.
But yes, I would like to see more about the unknown percent stuff, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
about it as far as, like, unresolved stuff, and it's like, we
Well, I
haven't
mean, we also have a giant piece of broccoli in the middle of the city.
listen, that's not gonna stay there.
Yeah?
I mean, maybe not, I don't know, maybe this next season opens with the episode about, like, what do we do with this broccoli? Or maybe it just
Great
stays
for
there.
audio podcast.
Maybe it just stays there because it didn't occur anywhere consequential to any of our settings.
Oh, speaking of consequence of settings, I love that it turns out that, Reagan's office was not targeted by Claw.
Oh, yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah.
That just, the insurance took care of it because it was just, faulty wiring.
Yeah. So, yeah, got a new office.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
That
yeah,
was good.
we got a new dynamic to explore here with, like, Serizawa being there.
Sure, but it's just like, I don't know. Last season, season 1, when we ended off, the boss was still out there,
Yeah.
you know? It was just like, okay, we fought a division of Claw, but the boss is still out there, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
And now, what do we got? That's not good
Who
for an audio
knows?
podcast.
Yeah, I know. Who knows?
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm
Oh,
I'm I'm I'm
yeah.
sure they're gonna do something cool, and
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's not as bad for me just because season 3 is about to come out, so I don't really have to wait.
Yeah.
Um, and then it's not as bad for a podcast, or it's not as bad for a show that is, relatively short,
Mhm.
since it's just like, and that depends a lot on, like, slice of life kinda stuff, so it's not like it it's not the same as ending a season of Naruto with no idea what the threat is. That would be like
Yeah.
that would be anticlimactic for a show like that. But with this show, it's like ostensibly it's possible. I guess they
Mhm.
did. You know, they.
Yeah, they did.
Do you think that's because they're operating still on this like living on a prayer that we actually get to make the next one sort of motif? You
Yes.
know how
I think
there was like a bunch of episodes, there was a bunch of season finales of like Community that essentially
oh.
acted as series finales because they're
Mhm.
sure they were going to get another season.
Yeah, so they did make each season of the show unsure that they were gonna get another, which is why there's a certain finality to each of these, endings, um, and how wrapped up they feel. Like, because
Okay.
if somebody had told me that this was it, I would've been like, "Oh, that was a pretty interesting series."
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a Tsubomi.
Yeah,
Tsubomi
so
didn't do
Tsubomi,
anything.
yeah, well,
I
you know.
swear to God, if Tsubomi doesn't do something next season, I'm gonna riot. if we end this show and Tsubomi hasn't done something, I will riot.
Oh boy. Well, a a. I don't know what else to say about that.
Fair enough. Fair
But yeah,
enough.
it's yeah. Yeah, so that was the season. Any highs and lows for you this season?
Oh, I mean, highs are usually the cool anime fights. Those are nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I really liked I liked Reagan's fraud arc. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I think that might be my favorite arc of the season.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I liked the marathon. That was pretty cool to see Mob train for the marathon and all that, and everybody supporting him. That was really nice.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's my favorite like individual episode of the season, just for the fact that it's like a really nice slice of life episode, and then the house gets set on fire at the end.
Yeah,
It's a
that was
really
cool.
high contrast episode. I love it. It's got
Yeah,
everything.
I like that too. And then I think my favorite episode, maybe overall, was that first one. You know,
Oh
with
yeah, you
Emmy.
just really Luke just really likes Emmy, y'all.
I just love Emmy.
It is a good first episode, and it's
Bring
kind of
her
it
back.
sets the mood for the season.
Bring her back.
Yeah.
Replace Tsubomi. Anyone could at this point.
Can't tell Mob how to feel.
Can't tell your
Mob,
heart.
what do you want?
Can't tell your heart who to love.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Amazing. But yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
got.
Okay,
Mob Psycho
cool.
100, Season 2. I enjoyed it overall. I liked all the transition scenes that got added to this one.
Oh yeah, like well, today's was the like the that camera the photograph one at the
Yeah, that was
yeah,
awesome.
the last episode, the photograph one. Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Was that taken from the comic? Because I've noticed that in some of those in between. What do you call them again?
Oh, eye catchers.
Yeah, in the eye catchers, they look more like they look in the comics.
So that one specifically, I don't think was from the comics. I do know that the yeah, I don't think that that camera one, but they are doing the comics a little bit more in that one. Let me
Yeah,
I know
it
that
just it.
specifically the one with the popsicle sticks, him and Ritsu, that was from
Mhm.
the comics. 'Cause I
Yeah, it's just
seen that.
like it's like they draw 'em more in the style of the comic. Like you
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
tell,
They are emulating that far more. Yes.
yeah, you can tell that they're trying to draw it much worse. You know.
Greatest recognizes greatest.
But that, yeah, that I like this scene here. This
Yeah, well, and
what?
Mob brings this up in dialogue actually in the manga where he's that whole can you manufacture this can? Can you grow the vegetables in the sandwich?
Mhm.
And they said like, can you come up with the game where you eat popsicles and if it's got the winning thing on the stick, you get another or something like that. He said it more succinctly than that, but but he brings up this in dialogue.
Yeah, yeah. What
Yeah.
did did Ritsu just win an Atari?
No, no, no. Atari means target, and it
Oh,
means that he won
it means hitting the
another
target.
popsicle. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it means hitting the target according to the
Yes.
translator's note up here.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So he won another popsicle.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's
I
about
thought he
him. He
won
keeps
an Atari
and it's hard.
2600.
And he's just like, "Yeah, screw you, mob. This is mine. Screw you, brother."
Brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's very cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mom, what do you
What
want?
do you want? Yeah, any predictions for what they'll be chanting at mob this season?
Mob, don't want Sabomi. He's
Sure,
not good.
that's what that's gonna be, sure.
He's
But
not
yeah,
good enough for you.
like I said, so I've seen the OP. I know the contents of what the ending theme is gonna be like about, but I
Okay.
don't know what it looks like, and I don't know what the song sounds like.
Okay.
Uh, yeah,
Sounds good.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, unless you have anything else you want to say, yeah, we'll sign off.
Yeah, I think that's it. Here's to season 3.
Yeah,
Co
yeah.
coming soon.
Yep, coming soon. All right. Thank you everyone for listening to podcasts and such. Join us next week as we watch the first episode of season 3. See you there.
Bye.